What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a super exciting Liverpool transfer news video, because the Liverpool Echo, the Mirror and various other Spanish and English newspapers are reporting that Liverpool are preparing an irresistible contract offer for Kylian Mbappe to sign on January the 1st, which is coming very soon. Kylian Mbappe can sign a pre-contract agreement with Liverpool or other foreign clubs who are not French clubs, and Paris Saint-Germain, according to the newspapers, prefer to sell Kylian Mbappe to Liverpool instead of Real Madrid, because they had a major bust up and Real Madrid came out in a news article really like putting some harsh words in the media about Paris Saint-Germain, and so the two clubs have a frosty relationship, and this is where Liverpool could come in, and Liverpool are preparing a huge contract offer. So all the details will be in this video, and also we will preview the Liverpool-Arsenal game, and Jurgen Klopp said some very harsh words about the international break, so stay tuned. But first, please like the video. I'm not in a very good mood because yesterday was the funeral of my grandpa. He was 91 years old, he had an amazing life, but the last few months have been a real struggle for me and my family taking care of him, and he has been in and out of the hospital for the last 8 or 9 months. So sorry if I haven't been uploading as much as I really would have liked, but now I just want peace, and hopefully going forward I can be more active on here and on social media. So I really hope that you guys understand, and thank you for your continued support. I promise I will upload a lot more now that everything is settled. And according to Spanish newspapers, Liverpool are reportedly preparing a massive contract offer of which is worth around 30 million euros per year, which would be around 450,000 pounds per week for Kylian Mbappe to beat Real Madrid to the signing of Mbappe, and that probably we would offer Mohamed Salah a similar wage, a similar contract, and it's a little bit like far-fetched and unbelievable suggestion, but some Spanish publications report that Liverpool are planning to blow Real Madrid out of the picture by offering Mbappe a huge contract. It is further claimed that Liverpool could even push for Mbappe in the January transfer window, with Paris Saint-Germain possibly set to sanction a sale to Liverpool to actually stop Real Madrid from signing him, because according to Spanish newspapers, Paris Saint-Germain really don't want Mbappe to go to Real Madrid. That is evident by the fact that they rejected an incredible like 200 million euro offer from Real Madrid for Mbappe in the summer, when he only had 1 year left on his contract. And Paris Saint-Germain are very upset and very unhappy with how Real Madrid tried to sign Mbappe last summer, and they would prefer not to sell to Mbappe, to Real Madrid, Mbappe. And Florentino Perez, the Real Madrid president himself, vented his frustration at not getting Mbappe. That was reported by the journalist Ramon Alvarez, and this is what Florentino Perez said: "The state-owned clubs don't sell their players. It's a madness. Now we offer 200 million euros for a single player who has 1 year left on his contract, and they don't sell him. When players finish their contract, it's better. Since coming back to the club in 2009, I am fighting. There are a lot of things that need to change one way or another." And this is a pretty evident that Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain pretty much hate each other now. And of course, I can understand where Real Madrid is coming from. Offering 200 million euros is really unheard of for a player who has even 1 year on his contract, as good as Mbappe is. I don't think he's worth 200 million euros. But Real Madrid still offered that, and Paris Saint-Germain rejected it because money is no object to them. And that really pissed Real Madrid off and the Real Madrid president, because this guy is a billionaire and he is used to getting his way. So when he's not getting his way, and he's pretty upset, and yeah, Mbappe has scored 5 goals in the last 2 internationals. France demolished Kazakhstan 8-0. It was an incredible performance. Mbappe scored 4 goals in that game, and then he scored another one in the next France game. And Mbappe hinted that he is here at Paris Saint-Germain this season, but not after that. He said, I'm here, I'm still here, I'm here this season for Paris Saint-Germain. I've spent 5 extraordinary years here, I've taken advantage of every moment and I continue to do so. I'm happy both on the pitch and in my personal life. Now there are many things great challenging, and I have already spoken about that. And yeah, Mbappe wants to test himself against the best, and frankly, in Paris, in the French league, it's not against the best teams. Mbappe will want a new challenge, and he loves Liverpool and he loves Real Madrid. So great choices of clubs. I think if Liverpool can offer him a bumper contract, then there is a chance, but I don't want to get my hopes up. I'm just reporting the transfer news, guys, so don't shoot the messenger, please. But I really think that if there is a way for Paris Saint-Germain to sell Mbappe to any other club who is not Real Madrid, they will do it. And Liverpool have a massive chance. I think we have the finances to do it, mainly because we don't have to pay Mbappe, we don't have to pay Paris Saint-Germain a transfer fee. Yes, Mbappe and his agent probably want a big signing on bonus, but it's still nowhere near the amount that what Paris Saint-Germain would have asked for Mbappe if he would have had still years on his contract. So I think that Liverpool can afford Mbappe and his wages and the signing on bonus, because we don't have to pay 150 million to Paris Saint-Germain. And I think what Paris Saint-Germain wanted to do is strengthen the team so much that Kylian Mbappe thinks Paris Saint-Germain is the best option for him, but I still don't think that he thinks that, because otherwise he would have signed a new contract at Paris Saint-Germain. I don't think he wants to stay, even if he can play with Neymar and Messi. And yes, Paris Saint-Germain built a World 11 team, but is that enough to convince Mbappe to stay at PSG? I don't think so, otherwise he would have signed a new contract. But Nasser Al-Khelaifi, the Paris Saint-Germain chief executive, thinks that Mbappe has no excuse now not to stay in Paris. I mean, the French league is enough excuse, I think. The French league is nowhere near competitive enough. Even though Paris Saint-Germain lost some games this season, they're still 10 points clear, because all the other French teams are struggling to hit consistent form. There is no real title challenge this season for Paris Saint-Germain. And when you pretty much know after the first 10 games that you will win the French league, what challenge is there for Mbappe? The only challenge is the Champions League, and I think it will be tough for Paris Saint-Germain to win the Champions League because of how easy their French league games are. And right now Mbappe is maybe one of 2 or 3 players in the world who are truly generational footballers, with the ability to even transform the Liverpool side. And I think single-handedly, and I think Mbappe is the player who is worth the crazy wages that are being talked about, and who is worth Liverpool throwing everything at trying to sign Mbappe. I think one of the reasons why Liverpool didn't spend a lot in the recent transfer markets is maybe we are saving our money to be able to afford somebody like Mbappe or Erling Haaland going forward, because Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool know that Liverpool need to sign a big attacking player to support and also one day replace one of the front 3 players at Liverpool, who, don't get me wrong, have done terrifically well, but they won't be able to play at this same level for the next 5 years. Mbappe could play for Liverpool for even 10 years, and if he goes anytime sooner than that to Real Madrid, Liverpool can ask for 200 million or even more for Mbappe, and that's it. I think that's enough for Liverpool to sign Mbappe. I think we would even make money on the Mbappe deal, because if we could get him on a free transfer, it's a no-brainer really. And Ian Rush, the Liverpool legend, who is the top scorer, all-time goal scorer for Liverpool, he said this about Mbappe: I couldn't help but notice Mbappe was on fire for France, scoring 5 goals in 2 games. He looks on a mission to make up for what was a disappointing Euros campaign for him personally and for the French national team. He's also in fine form for PSG with 6 goals and 6 assists in 12 games in the French league. His form is all the more remarkable given the fact he has made it clear he wants to leave PSG. The French champions refused to bow to Real Madrid in the summer, but Mbappe now looks increasingly likely to run down his contract and leave PSG on a free transfer. And yes, everybody is talking about Mbappe going to Real Madrid, but Wijnaldum was rumored to go to Barcelona and then he ended up at Paris Saint-Germain. Could Liverpool hijack Mbappe's proposed move to Real Madrid? I know he is an admirer of Liverpool Mbappe, and in my opinion, it would be great if the club could sign someone like him, but Real Madrid's interest is strong and genuine. For me, if you want to play in the best league in the world and for the best club in that division, then there is only one option, and that's the Premier League and Liverpool FC. It's as simple as that. Unfortunately, it will come down to what Mbappe and his agent believe is right for them. But if the opportunity is there, I would personally love to see Liverpool go in for Mbappe. I always say you should only sign players who are better than what you already have in that position. Is Mbappe better than what we currently have? In my opinion, yes, I think he would make Liverpool a stronger team. And I fully agree with Ian Rush, and I think that's a great piece of insight into what he thinks, and I agree. If Liverpool has a chance, we should go all out and sign Mbappe. And Jurgen Klopp finally said what many Liverpool fans think, that he hates international breaks. He said it didn't help from an injury point of view. I hate international breaks. If we would have played the week after, all players who had no games would have had 2 days off. With international teams, they've trained pretty much through all of this because their coaches have their own targets. I don't like it, and it was not helpful. I would have loved to play the weekend after, and injuries are piling up for Liverpool, so let's hope that Henderson and Curtis Jones and James Milner will be back very soon. And Jurgen Klopp is hoping for a much improved performance from Liverpool. I think the West Ham game was simply just not good enough defensively, and I think that against Arsenal, Liverpool will come out all guns blazing, no pun intended. And this is what Jurgen Klopp said. So it's Arsenal, completely different team, obviously, to the beginning of the season. But the good thing is they didn't play us yet. So yes, 8 games unbeaten, but they come to Anfield, and obviously we are not overly happy with the last game we played. We have to put a few things right, and the best place to do that is in a home game. The good thing is we have injuries, but in this 13-game spell, most of them will come back. Harvey Elliott as well is in a really good place. We cannot rush that, but I was really surprised when I saw him running, and it looks completely normal, which is a good sign. He's completely without pain and stuff like this. Now he can really make the next steps. I have no problem that a few players are coming back, because we will have a good team, and on the weekend obviously, but 3 days later we play again, 3 days later we play again, all these kind of things. Then that's the problem for a little bit. For Saturday we will be fine, but we have to make sure we are fine for all these games. And I think Liverpool will go for the throat of Arsenal, and I really hope that Liverpool play their best football, and if we play to the best of our abilities, we can smash Arsenal, we can beat them. But Arsenal are a lot more dangerous team than they were 2-3 years ago, so Liverpool have to take this game seriously, and I think we will. And I'm really hoping that Kostas Tsimikas will play at left back, because Andy Robertson is nursing a hamstring injury and he hasn't been his best self, so maybe him sitting out a few games would be the best for him. I would play Tsimikas in the Premier League and Andy Robertson in the Champions League in the next 3 or 4 games, and just give Robertson a little bit of a breather, so without pressure in the Premier League he can really improve his game, because that's what he needs to do. And I think Andy Robertson would accept it himself, that his standards are a lot higher than what he has shown on the pitch this season. But I don't really want to single him out. He just had I think probably too many games in a row. His form has dipped, but it's natural. He's still world-class left back, and if he can come back to his best form very soon, that will benefit Liverpool. So come on Liverpool, let's beat Arsenal, and thanks for watching guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.